In Module 2, we've got three basic things going on. First of all, we're going to continue our practice sessions for the Praxis Core exam, this time picking up the math test and the writing test. We also are going to introduce the Professional Growth Plan. Now, a PGP, a Professional Growth Plan, is something that all teachers in the state of Kentucky and probably every state have the responsibility to maintain. This is really where you as a teacher monitor your own learning and identify areas where you need to turn weaknesses into strengths. And this is really an ongoing process for any professional. It's really what separates us from somebody that pumps gas for a living. Well, I guess that doesn't happen much anymore, but somebody that just works in a gas station or at a checkout line or something like that. Professionals are always interested in improving their craft. And the way we do that is by carefully assessing what we're doing well, what we're not doing so well, and then devising a plan to turn those weaknesses into strengths. And we do that in our PGP. Now, as a first-year teacher, you'll be following state teacher standards, but it would be unfair and impractical for us to ask you to rate yourself against Kentucky's teacher standards. You don't have a classroom. You're not in front of kids. We don't have a real basis to do that. So what we've done is we've taken the state Professional Growth Plan instrument, the same one that would be used by teachers in Kentucky, and we've converted that into our dispositions. Now, the set of professional dispositions are those behaviors and attitudes which separate great teachers from those that maybe just view teaching as a job. And the way things are going in education, there is a very, very strong tendency toward building great teachers and actually shuttling some people that don't think teaching is a career out of the field. So it's very important that everyone has a good, clear assessment of where they stand and that you're always showing that ability to improve. Now, the third part of this module has to do with philosophy. And in all the years I was in school, I probably didn't have two times when I heard somebody discussing the roots of their philosophy. But philosophy and ethics, in a very practical sense, are discussed all the time. Why do we do what we do in the schools? How do we treat students? How do we treat parents? All of those kinds of issues are related to ethics and philosophy, and we'll work that out a little bit in this module. You are asked to write a philosophy of teaching. This will be a paper that will run about a page and a half. It'll be about you, about your beliefs, and it's the kind of thing that a prospective employer might look at when trying to decide between two candidates. So what is it that you believe to be true about teaching and learning, about inclusion of kids in your classroom, issues like that. So we'll explore that in this module. Now, you may not really know what your philosophy is, and that would be perfectly normal for an undergraduate who's just getting into the teaching field. So part of what we hope to do this module through our discussion board is try to help you assess kind of where you fall in terms of the spectrum of different philosophies that are out there. And it's rare for somebody to really just lock into one. Usually we all reflect little pieces of various philosophies. So that's going to be the three main strands in this module, and hopefully you'll have an opportunity to kind of explore some of your own thinking, and by the end of the module have a much firmer footing for what it is you believe to be important about teaching and learning.